Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Another overcast day today in paradise. My friends, I have some bad news for you today. Jamaicans are struggling in New York City as there is a crisis, a migration crisis and cost of living crisis currently happening in New York City right now. How does this affect Jamaican immigrants in New York City? Not only Jamaican immigrants, but also Caribbean immigrants. How does that affect our people, my friends? And it affects our people in many ways. And I will explain right now how this crisis that is happening in New York City, migration and cost of living crisis, is affecting our people. There's reports coming out from various news articles, including New York Post. I'm going to read this here for you now. Each of New York's 10.7 million taxpayers would have to fork out $215 on average to foot the bill on the state ongoing migration crisis. Put another way, it would take an entire tax bill by 328,471 New Yorkers altogether to cover the $2.3 million housing and care for the staggering number of asylum seekers, my friends. Asylum seekers in New York City is collapsing the city. Now, where are these asylum seekers coming from? They're coming from South America. They're coming from Asia. They're coming from India. They're not coming from the Caribbean and Africa, my friends. So the new government, the new Biden-Harris administration would have eased up on the border control. So now a lot of migrants are flooding into the cities in America. New York City is badly affected, and the state in New York City is putting these migrants up to stay in hotels. This is what this article is saying. They're putting the migrants to stay in hotels while Jamaicans and Caribbean people have to work 2 and 3 jobs to survive in a very expensive New York City, my friends. This is another article that is highlighting this post, my friends. This is from the New York Post. It reads, the eye-watering financial costs of the migration crisis hit 150 billion US dollars last year and is causing devastating consequences to residents of hard-hit cities such as New York City, struggling to cope with the influx. This is what the New York Post is saying. Of that figure, calculated by Washington, D.C. based non-profit Federation for American Immigration Reform, FAIR, 67 billion came from the federal government, but the majority of the burden was shouldered by states and local governments. Now, these local governments in America and the federal government is funding this migration crisis in America, and it's affecting our people. Jamaicans have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to survive in New York City, because hear this, guess how much it costs for a 1-bedroom apartment in New York City? This is evidence that is saying, reports, I'm reading here from AMNY Real Estate. Reports find that New York shows average rent for 1-bedroom apartment over 2,000 US dollars for a small 1-bedroom apartment in New York City. So how can a migrant from the Caribbean who are working 2 and 3 jobs, low-income jobs, pay for a 2,000 US dollars apartment in New York? This report is saying the data showed that the median rent in New York City for a 1-bedroom apartment stands at $2,438 US dollars for the month of June this year. So that's the average rate for a one-bedroom apartment in New York City, $2,438 US dollars. One-bedroom apartments in the city can go as high as 4,300 US dollars, making it the most expensive market in the world. So New York City is the most expensive place in the world to live. Following behind was Hoboken, with rent as high as 3,580. Third place is New Jersey, with rent as high as 3,290. That's average rent for one bedroom apartment in different places in the US. It's unsustainable, my friends. This is saying this data found that the least expensive cities were Newark, with rent at 1,580 US dollars, East Orange, with rent as low as 1,540 US dollars, and the most affordable city is Kingston, with rent at 1,440. So the cheapest rent in the whole of the US right now is 1,440 US dollars per month. How is that sustainable? So, my friends, let me explain how this migration crisis is affecting Jamaicans and our Caribbean and African people. When these migrants come in from South America, many of them don't look like us, because those are the people they will let into the country. People that don't look like us. Let's be fair. Let's talk the things how it is. When they welcome these migrants in the country, they're paying for them in hotels, paying to put them up. Why are they paying to put them up? Because the government in America has a plan. You know about gentrification? They wipe out a lot of our people out of Bronx, out of Brooklyn. They're bringing back their people to stay in those areas. So Africans and Caribbean people are being outpriced. They're raising the rent high in the air so that our people cannot afford to stay in those cities anymore. That is how they're wiping out our people, my friends. So they're going to bring in those migrants from abroad and put them to stay in hotels, get you, the taxpayer in New York City, Jamaicans, Caribbean people, Africans, African Americans, to pay for these migrants that's staying there. And then you're going to be paying to host them in hotels. And then those same people, they're going to give them jobs to settle in to the communities. And now they're going to take the same jobs that you're working for, that the Jamaicans, the Caribbean people, the Africans, the African Americans, they're going to take those jobs. So your taxpayers' money are strengthening migrants to take your jobs. So you're going to be getting poorer and poorer in America. That is the plan. That is the crazy plan. That is why you have this uproar about migration, because migration can be good for a country, but when you're going to do it like this, it's not good, my friends. It's not good. So it would make better sense for somebody in Jamaica right now to stay in Jamaica or go to Africa than to go to New York or these expensive cities to work 2 or 3 jobs there to pay for these $2,000 a month small little apartment. So you're going to take all your money that you're working for the 2 and 3 jobs in New York City, and you're going to spend back all of that in the apartment, because that's just the apartment, you know. Remember, 2,000 US dollars you have to pay for that apartment. Then you have to buy food, you have to pay bills, you have to pay the train, the bus, you have to buy lunch every day to go out to work, because you're working hard, you know. So you got to eat, you got to buy shoes, clothes to go out to work, If you got children, you got to send them to school. If you don't have health insurance, crap or smoke your pipe in America, because health care is one of the most expensive in the world in America. You can't afford to get sick in America. And chances are, when you're working so hard, 2 or 3 jobs in America, your immune system will get weak because you're tired. You're tired, you're not getting enough rest, you're not eating properly. So you'll get sick. And then you're gonna go to the hospital, they're gonna send you bills of $5,000 and $10,000. So all of the money you have will be paid to the medical people, medication, and cost of living. So you won't get anything saved in America at this time, my friends, unless somebody is gonna hire you to pay you 4,000 or 5,000 US dollars a month. It doesn't make no sense. You might as well stay in a Jamaica, try to get a piece of land, try to do what you can and build up yourself slowly but surely, because guess what? Most of you in Jamaica won't have to pay rent. Most people in the Caribbean don't pay rent. They live in family homes. So you could take your time and build your wealth, because guess what? In the Caribbean and in Africa, the trick is you don't need as much money to survive, because you're not going to pay out all that money in rent. You're not going to pay out all that money in cost of living. So you don't need so much money to survive. So, my friends, it is better to not migrate to America at this time. Watch the game. You got to watch the market, watch the news, see what's happening, my friends. And make sure, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Like this video and share it with all your friends and family. And please comment on this video. Let me know your thoughts, what you think of the topic for today, and comment in the comment section, and then I will respond to your comment. But if you watch a video, share it. Make sure to click that share button. Share it with all your friends and family. And of course, subscribe to my channel, because the mission of this channel is to bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean. We are one people separated by only slavery and colonialism, but we're coming back together as one, my friend, and we're coming back stronger than ever before. So help me to spread the word, and thank you for watching this video. And of course, I will see you again in the next video. But before I go, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Like this video, share it with all your friends and family. And let's start looking to places that we can go to that are cheaper than America and have a good quality of life. There's many places in Africa, for example, that people from the Caribbean, African Americans, can go to and live and have a good time, and it's much cheaper and is of a high quality of life. I was in Kenya for 3 months, and the city of Nairobi is a beautiful city. Luxury apartments, and so very cheap. Very cheap. You won't even pay 1,000 US dollars a month for a luxury apartment in Nairobi city. You won't pay anywhere close that, my friend. South Africa, beautiful country. Ghana, Nigeria. All those places are beautiful places, because the media say that Africa is poor, but if you have income, you don't have to go and stay in poor areas. You stay in areas that you can afford. That's the beauty about Africa. You can stay where you can afford, my friends. So thank you for watching this channel. And if you want to watch my videos that I did in Africa, I was in Africa for 4 months. If you want to watch my videos, please go to the playlist on my channel. You will see a Kenyan playlist. You will see a Uganda playlist. you will see even Ethiopia and Egypt. I was to the airport in Ethiopia and Egypt. I didn't stay in the country, but I was in the airport. You could watch those, but I did 30 something videos in Uganda and 30 something videos in Kenya, my friends. So make sure to watch those videos, like this video, share it with all your friends and family, and please subscribe to this channel, like the video. And my name is Bjorn. I am in the Twin Island nation paradise of St. Kitts and Nevis right now, my friends. And I'll see you again in the next video. Much love. Thank you for watching. Much love, my friends.